So what's the big deal about San Marcos, California? Why does everybody love this place? It was even named one of the top 25 places to live in the entire US by Fortune magazine, and San Marcos actually came in at number 20. So as a person that spent years living in San Marcos, I figured there was no one better to explain this place to you and help you decide if it's the right fit for you. So here we go. Hey guys, welcome back. Or maybe this is your first time here and you like to know every little thing there is to know about living right here in San Diego. Make sure you tap that subscribe button down below. My name is Nick, and you guys are reaching out all the time, and we love helping you guys out. So if you're thinking about making a move in or around the San Diego area, just shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just straight up give us a call so we can help you save a ton of time and just help you make a smooth move right here to San Diego. So the first pretty obvious thing that I want to talk about and why people love San Marcos so much is going to be the public schools. And it really doesn't matter what age or grade your kids are in at the moment, because most of these schools throughout San Marcos are going to have some high ratings. And let's say you don't plan on having kids, or maybe the kids are all moved out and schools they're not important to you anymore. Just put your investment cap on, because home values seem to always do a lot better in communities just like this where the public schools are good. And even right now, we're helping a younger family relocate here to San Diego, and they have a 1-year-old. So this was a big part of their search, is they wanted good schools. And while good schools really don't matter at the moment, it's gonna matter in the next coming years, and they don't wanna have to worry about moving again when the time comes. So one of the areas we recommended was San Marcos, because in my opinion, it has one of the best bang for your bucks. If you're looking for good schools and reasonable home prices, they came down, they spent a few days in San Marcos, and they absolutely loved it. So they're planning far in the future, but they decided, hey, San Marcos is perfect for us because of those good public schools. And if you're looking for STEM schools because you like that style of education just a little bit more, you're gonna have some options just right here in San Marcos. And I should probably mention that I actually graduated from San Marcos High School back in 2008. So time definitely flies, and this school went through a crazy renovation. They put a couple $100 million into it. I wish I went there when it looked like that. I definitely didn't, but it's highly ranked when it comes to academics and athletics and things like that. So it's something to look forward to if you definitely have kids or plan on having kids and looking for good schools. The next thing people tend to love about San Marcos is going to be the home options. Now, first I want to talk a little bit about prices, and we'll talk about the different neighborhood styles. Now, there is definitely a big demand here in San Marcos. It's a place we get a lot of questions about. People are very interested in it, and that's for a lot of reasons that I'm going to still talk about in this video, but also schools, which is a huge one. Now, just in the past 3 years, home values have gone up about 13%. So very healthy, very steady, and I think prices are just going to keep doing the same thing right here in San Marcos. Now, depending on what you're looking for, you're going to have a bunch of different options. You're going to have townhomes, you're going to have smaller condos, and you're of course going to have detached homes. Now, the median home value at the moment here at the end of 2023 is right in the mid 800,000s, but I want to let you know and just give you some expectations that if you're looking for a condo, a smaller condo, you can find something for around 500,000 to 600,000. If you want a townhome, something that lives more like a detached home, that's going to run you about, I'd say, $650,000 and more. And then if you want a detached home, well, you can find some detached homes for around $800,000. But most of your options are really going to be right at around $1 million and more. So it's really going to depend on what you're looking for. Going back to townhomes, you have a ton of townhome areas in San Marcos, but I will say that a big majority of them are going to be tri-levels. So if you don't want a lot of stairs, then San Marcos probably isn't going to be the best bet for you, because a lot of these townhomes, like I said, if you're in that lower price point, they're going to be 3 stories. So they're pretty tall, and you're just going to be getting a good workout going up and downstairs. But when it comes to detached homes, these are some of my favorite neighborhoods in North San Diego, because you have some very well manicured areas depending on what you're looking for, because a lot of you guys don't like HOAs. I'd say a good 75% of neighborhoods within San Marcos, they're going to have a homeowners association. So if that's something you want to avoid, you know, you'll only have probably one area where you're not going to have that, and that's going to be just north of the 78, kind of on the eastern side. You won't see as many HOAs over there, but everything else in San Marcos, a ton of HOAs. Now, if you like that family-oriented, manicured area, sidewalks, you know, grocery stores close by, You definitely want to be looking in areas like Santa Leo Hills, look in Paloma. You're also going to have Discovery Hills. So you have a ton of great areas just like that. But something that I really want to know is going to be Lake San Marcos. I feel like this is a big hidden gem. I've got a friend, we actually got a house over there about a year ago now, and they absolutely love it. I've actually helped a few families go in here, and every person that's moved into Lake San Marcos absolutely love it. We were on a boat in there just a few days ago, and it was a good time. It's cool. You don't picture having that type of lifestyle so close to the beach. You got your own lake, you can take the boat out, you got some lakefront properties, but just a cool vibe in there. Golf course is very laid back. So there's a lot of different styles here in San Marcos, and I think that's one thing that people absolutely love. And just a quick reminder, as much as we love making these videos for you guys, we love helping you with your real estate needs just a little bit more. It's literally what we're best at, and we know San Marcos like the back of our hands. So if you have any questions, all of our contact info is right down below. The next thing people love is the location. It's close to everything. It's very centrally located in northern San Diego. It's literally smack dab in the middle, which is great because it gives you really close access to Highway 78. You're actually not too far from the Interstate 5 if you have to shoot over to the west. And my favorite part is you're only about 20-25 minutes from the beach. So it's really easy to get out there on the weekends or even go after work and go catch a really good sunset at the beach. You're not far. That's one of the greatest things about it, and you're not paying that crazy high price just to be closer to the beach. You also have a ton of shopping centers. I will say San Marcos is lacking a downtown area. Is that changing? Yes, they're building a new kind of downtown vibe over there in North City, which is right next to Cal State San Marcos. This is going to be really cool, but you got some restaurants and things like that over there. But overall, a ton of shopping centers, whether you're looking for a grocery store, maybe you're looking for some retail shopping, you have a ton of that. Las Posas Center is going to be one of the big hubs over there. You're going to have 2 Costco's, not one, but 2 Costco's over there in San Marcos. So just a lot of proximity to, shopping. Restaurants, I'll touch base on this a little bit. You don't have a ton of great restaurant options. I would say most of your good dining options are going to be a little bit more on the west side, going just towards the beaches. That's usually where the better food is, in my opinion. But you do have some places I should probably mention, like Amalfi. This one's going to be in Lake San Marcos. Right below it, you have a little bar down there, so you can get some happy hour food and thing like that. But this is going to be a super good restaurant. You're going to have a Buena Forqueta as well, and you have a couple good sushi spots. So you do have stuff, but in my opinion, maybe I'm just being a little bit of a foodie. There's a little bit of lack when it comes to the restaurants. The next thing that people absolutely love, and something that I really valued growing up in San Marcos, is going to be the outdoor activity. So if you're the type of person that just likes to be outside, whether you like to go hiking up a mountaintop, you want to go fishing, you want to go hike some trails, look no further than San Marcos. This is something they did really good at, so props to the city of San Marcos. But they preserved a lot of land, and they made some really good trail systems. So a lot of these trails that you want to go get to, you might not even have to drive to. Sometimes they're just right in your backyard, and you can just take the dog out, you can get the kids out really easy. Sometimes you might have to take a little bit of a drive to get to them, but just know that they're gonna be within a 5-minute drive to you. And a lot of the times they twist and wind through neighborhoods. So Discovery, that area, you got Discovery Lake, you got some trails back over there. Santa Leo Hills, you have miles and miles of trails over there if you want to mountain bike or just go on a walk. Like I said, San Marcos just did an awesome job at making sure that was a high priority in the city. And even if you get over being in San Marcos and you want to go check out different areas, all these neighboring cities are very close as well. You can get to Carlsbad in 15 minutes, you can get to Encinitas in 25-30 minutes. So all these areas have their own different trails and outdoor activities as well. If you want to go surfing, you already heard me touch base on that. It's only going to take you 20 minutes, so you can go surf nearly every single day and just have that access to things. Not to mention, I already talked about Lake San Marcos, but fishing, this is something I did a ton of growing up, especially in San Marcos. Fished a ton at Lake San Marcos, and you have some really cool areas that not a lot of people know about. So Elfin Forest, you got some really cool rivers that kind of go through there. It depends on the rain and how much we're getting, but very peaceful back there. It makes you feel like you're not even close to any civilization. So just know San Marcos has a great outdoor activity scene. All right, the next thing that people definitely love is going to be the climate here in San Marcos. Now, climate is a big part of nearly every conversation I have with people when they're thinking about moving here, and you definitely need to be aware that temperatures can change, and they can change pretty quick. Whether it's a 10-minute, 20-minute, 45-minute drive from the beach, you're going to see temperatures vary. Now, right here in San Marcos, I'm very comfortable saying that the year-round temperature here is near perfect. Now, in the winter, it can get a little bit cooler. It can get to mid-60s, maybe on a cold day. But for the most part, you're going to see a very perfect temperature of about the mid-70s, I'd say, year-round. Now, the summertime is going to get a little bit warmer. If it's, a hot day on the coast, let's say it's 80 at the beach in Carlsbad, the chances of it being pretty hot in San Marcos are pretty high. It could get to 85, 90 degrees pretty fast. So if you want to avoid heat and things like that, maybe don't move to San Marcos, try to get closer to the coast. But for the most part, 90 degrees, 85 degrees, it's pretty rare that you see days like that, but you definitely want to know that happens. Now, another great part about it is a ton of sunny days, especially on the coast in the summertime. We see a lot of overcast weather, but you drive, 20 minutes inland to San Marcos, it's always beautiful and sunny, which really helps for getting outside and enjoying those outdoors. Now, while a ton of people absolutely love living in San Marcos, it might not be the right fit for you. This happens all the time where people think that San Marcos is exactly where they want to be, only to find out maybe they come and visit, maybe they talk to us and figure out, that's actually not what we want. So that is why it's so important that you guys do reach out to us, just have that conversation so we can just really help save you a lot of time and just figure out which neighborhood or which city is going to be the best depending on what your wants, your needs, and your budget are. So make sure you guys are reaching out. All of our information is just right there below. We'd love to hear from you and just have that conversation. And make sure you check out a couple of these videos right here because I have a good feeling that you're really going to like these as well. Thanks for watching.